Alright guys, so it's 5 a.m. right now. This is the first truck just getting here. We we don't have a pump. We're just gonna be backing in around the entire slab. He's going through with a vibrator right now. What this does is it vibrates the concrete and helps it settle down into the forms more. We think this is going to be about 7 or 8 truckloads. We'll see. You can see on the far end of the form there, there's a tripod. That is a laser level. And what he's doing is he's walking around and he's got a sensor on the end of that stick. And he's putting it and he's setting it on the he's walking around the perimeter of the brick lug, and he's basically measuring if the brick lug is level all the way around. So that's how we figure out if the slab is level or not, or if the brick lug is level. Alright guys, this is the 4th truckload and the 5th truckload lining up. The beam is not entirely full, but it looks like the beam is about 5. It'll be about 4.5 truckloads for the beam. Just over here in this corner that's just started to spill over. All right, hey guys, I'm holding Soot here. Today Soot and all the other chickens were locked in their pen because we got concrete poured and we didn't want their chicken feed all over the place. So they've been locked up all day, but now they're out because the concrete has cured. Well, it's drying. It's hard enough for chickens to walk on. So I think we're gonna walk up there. We're gonna look at the slab. We started at 4:30 this morning. The pour took about the pour itself took about 4 hours, and then there's all the work after that. So the slab's done now, everything's polished, and we're gonna walk up there and wet the slab, and I'll talk about that. So let's head up there. This is the chicken Set. She's one of the alpha chickens because she runs with the guineas, and the guineas are the alpha birds around here. This is Oats. Oats has a weird hobble. See how she's kind of sitting funny? She fell off the roost when she was young, and ever since then she's been a homebody. Okay, so this is what the slab looks like. You can see there's the forms have already been taken off. We took the forms off this afternoon, and what we're gonna do next is after we do the stacking of the blocks and everything, so probably be a few episodes down the road, eventually we're gonna come back and we're gonna plaster the side of the slab so we can get rid of all this stuff here. A lot of times, like, you don't want to see all these rocks and stuff, so we'll come through and we'll plaster it, and then we'll make it all smooth and it'll look really nice. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm wetting the slab. Let me talk about the slab real fast, and I'll talk about why I'm getting it wet. So you can see here, this is gonna be the front of our house. You won't be able to see this part because there's gonna be a porch on the front. But when we are stacking the stones, it's better, well, the subcontractor we're using to help stack them said that it's better not to have porches on, so he can drive right up with the crane to the foundation and stack. So we're gonna stack the walls, and then after the fact we'll come through and put the porches on. But you can see here, this is the brick ledge. It's 20 inches deep. This is about 1.5 inches. This is the thickness of a 2x4 here, or 2x6. So it has a 1.5 inch step. you can see this is all brushed here. And then this top of the slab here is all smooth. So this part was smoothed over, this part's brushed. The reason why it's brushed is because we want the mortar and stuff, it'll just stick to it better. It probably doesn't really make that big of a difference, but I asked for it to be brushed anyway. Let me talk about getting the slab wet. So maybe some of you guys have done concrete before. You know when you get concrete and you mix water with it, you know, you have a certain volume of concrete and you pour it in the form. A lot of people think that as the concrete cures, the water evaporates. Well, if that was the case, then if you filled your form up to the top and you say you added, you know, a few gallons of water or whatever, how big your little pad is you're pouring, your concrete would be smaller. So, because like that volume of water would have evaporated. Well, obviously that doesn't happen, right? Like we don't have, it's not like your concrete forms shrink as they're drying. The reason why is because concrete actually forms through a process called hydration. And what means is, I'll go into a little bit of chemistry. What is hydration? A hydrate is any chemical that's bonded with water. So if you look at a molecule and there's an H2O molecule in there, it's called a hydrate. The compounds in concrete, they're all forming hydrates, and the process is called hydration. So what's happening is the water is not evaporating from the slab. It's being bonded into the molecules within the slab. And the curing process is that chemical reaction between the water and all the other molecules in the slab. The reason why you want to wet it is because when the sun is shining like it is today, it was like 100 degrees today. I was out here multiple times watering the slab because that water will evaporate faster than it can bond with all the other stuff in the slab. And what happens is when that water evaporates, then you leave the cracks, because then the concrete actually does shrink a little bit and you'll get surface cracks. So they say for like a week or so after you get your concrete poured, you want to get it, you want to keep it wet. So I'll be out here 5 or 6 times a day for the next 5 days, just out here spraying it down. You can see there's an extra grounding rod right there. The contractor asked me why I have 2 grounding rods. So over there, where those 2 pipes are sticking up, that's where the main electrical input is. And we have a second ground right here. Maybe I'll talk about that in a future video, why we have 2 grounds in the house. But not right now. It was planned though. Okay, so this is the shower. Can't remember if it was last episode or a few episodes before, we showed it framed out. So this is what it looks like now. You can see that over here it's a 3.5 inch drop, over here it's a 1.5 inch. So the way we're gonna do the shower is the blocks are gonna come right to here. And the inside of our shower will be the block on this corner here. And then of course this side will be framed, and that will be the bathroom that you walk into. So this is the recess for the shower. Okay guys, so we're on the west end of the house. I'll just talk about this briefly. This is the tub. You can see it's got a box around it. Right, I put a box around it last night right before the pour. The reason why is because this thing right here, this is the tub drain. And we're gonna have an insert in the kids' bathroom, and we don't know, there's not like a generic size for these inserts for where the drain is located. So I knew I was gonna have to move this drain back and forth depending on what kind of insert we got, and I haven't decided on which one yet. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna cut it really close to the concrete probably, and I'm gonna have some 90 or some way where I can angle it to get it where I want to go. So that's why I have that box cut out. So I have some area to move my drain around for the tub.